What's going on, guys? Midwest Tokusatsu here, and today we're reviewing the Power Rangers Lightning Collection in Space Red Ranger and Astronema 2-pack, or as I like to call it, the Andros and Astronema 2-pack, since there's actually a precedent for having a 2-pack this time, and it's one of the rare occasions where we actually do. So we'll look at the box art first and foremost, the figures inside, their accessories, and judge their civilian heads, or in Astronema's case, just her head. I mean, technically that could change with Lost Galaxy, but that's a whole different story. And I'll shut up now and just show you the box art. So you get In Space Red on the front there. Got a side view of him continuing. Same thing for Astronema, which she looks decent. I mean, it doesn't look bad by any means, but it definitely can resemble Melody Perkins a little more. But I'm not complaining. Then you have a 3D shot of both of them back here. I believe this is based on their battle when they actually found out that they were brother and sister. Lightning Collection logo on the bottom. Got this little red and purple coming together on top there with the lightning bolt in the middle. And on the bottom, legal mumbo jumbo. So first impressions out of box, there's nothing inherently wrong with them. So I think this is a case where I might have to sit on this one to give my final judgment on it. But in general, looking at them, they look good. And I even noticed that on In Space Red, that shade of yellow on his collar is actually painted right, unlike In Space Yellow here, where it's more so gold. But I think the reason why they might have did that is because if they had painted this the same color as this, it might not show up as well when it contrasts against the yellow on her costume. But they probably could have painted that. They probably could have painted that a different color, I mean, a different shade of yellow, if they really wanted to get it right. But it's not that big of a deal, though. And then Astronema here looks good too. I mean, I'll definitely give my thoughts on her civilian head when we get to that portion, but her costume looks just like it should. And strangely enough, her locket, though, it looks like the Green Ranger Power Coin. Strangely enough. I'm not quite sure if that's what that's supposed to look like, but someone in the comments, please let me know if that's just me or the prop. And then as far as accessories go, you have Andros' Spiral Saber. You have his Astro Blaster, which we'll just put in his holster right now. Stand up. Okay. You have his extra pair of hands, a pointer, and a closed fist. And then you have Andros' civilian head. And then for Astronema, you have her staff, her boomerang, which you can just put right there on the designated area. A pair of closed fists for her. And this one big effects piece for the both of them is shown on the back of the box. Now as for Red, your articulation is your standard. At the foot, boot cuff, knee, calf, upper leg, hand, elbow joint, upper arm, shoulder, butterfly joints. This one doesn't want to move. And I'll get to them later. Ab crunch. And your ball jointed head. See if we'll stand back up. Come on. There we go. Almost moved there. And then Astronema. So I believe that they may have used a female Ranger body mold for the base. So I think it might have some similarities. I'll just leave you there for now. So it looks like her foot moves. There's a swivel right there at the ankle. knee, calf, upper leg, hand. Elbow joint here is a bit finicky because it's so skinny, but you get that. Butterfly joints, which you can't really see because of the shoulder armor up here, and it's kind of rubbery. Abdomen, upper waist swivel, and then her head can barely move because her hair kind of gets in the way. So that's kind of a bummer, but I can deal with it. Now moving into weapons and poses, here we have them in sort of a standard action pose. And quick note on Astronema's staff here, didn't notice before, but there's nice attention to detail here with the chains on the handle there. It's like, I think that's the color they're supposed to be. And then everything else is just painted so nicely. Granted, it's a simple weapon, but still, it's much appreciated that they gave us that and got it right. And then here's making use of the effects piece of their climactic battle before they found out that they were siblings. And then here's the extra pair of hands with Andros doing that pose that he does in the show, but that's more so from the stock footage in Mega Ranger, but still, that's a nice attention to detail, and that's much appreciated. And then Astronema just has her closed fists, so, and I'm not going to pose her with those. It's more interesting for her to hold the staff and her boomerang, which I kind of forgot to show. 1 second. So, quick note on the boomerang weapon. So, it's a bit flimsy and kind of hard to get in her hand because it's so malleable, but if you really want to, you could do that. And if you want to, because I know many of you probably are, like myself, you can recreate this iconic moment. And now we have civilian heads to look at. So, looking at Andros first and foremost, he looks like Christopher Kamen Lee. It definitely looks better in person, than it does on camera. And then also, they also did a good job at like making him not look like Tommy, because I know people in the past have said that they look kind of similar. But yeah, pretty much no complaints there. And then, as far as Astronema goes, she doesn't quite look like Melody Perkins. She doesn't look bad either. Like, I'd say she looks more like she does in the comics than in the show. So, if that's suitable for you, then that shouldn't be a problem. So the Andros and Astronema 2-pack is a definite must-have for any hardcore Power Rangers fan. There's nothing inherently wrong with it, definitely. Just like those minor nitpicks I pointed out with her not quite looking like Melody Perkins and also her locket having the dragon coin. But apart from that, that's about all I have. So as always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to like my Facebook page at Midwest Tokusatsu. We're also on Twitter and Instagram. And this is Midwest Tokusatsu, signing out.